Hey learners, welcome to my class today. And today we are going to discuss about a very important cycle that is a glycolysis, where we will deal how the glucose is broken down into simpler compounds and then they are leading to the process of respiration. As we know, like glycolysis is what? Glycolysis is a part of respiration, we can say. Okay? Okay? Respiration. And we know that a cellular respiration is having the two portion glycolysis and Krebs cycle. In this also what we know that glycolysis is anaerobic, do not require oxygen, and in Krebs cycle it require what? The aerobic one, that is requiring oxygen for the respiration to take place. Okay, aerobic. So, glycolysis takes place in the cytoplasm and Krebs cycle will take place where? In the mitochondria. So, for an anaerobic respiration to take place, it's the glycolysis will be there. Fine. So, here we are going to discuss what is glycolysis. So, it's an NCERT based line given here that it is originated from what? A Greek word. Okay. Now, this Greek word is what? Here you can see the Greek word glucose for the sugar. Okay, see here. It's a Greek word glucose for the sugar. And lysis means what? Splitting. That means what you can say from here. Like it's the sugar molecule which is going to be splitted down. Fine. And the scheme of glycolysis was given by the scientist named Gossev Embedon, Otto Meyerhoff, and J. Parnas. So that's why it's said to be as what the Embedon-Meyerhoff pathway. Here we can say what? It's an EMP pathway. So the pathway of glycolysis, the question can become in the way like the pathway of glycolysis is what? The Embedon-Meyerhoff pathway. And especially in the anaerobic organism, it's the only process in respiration that we have to focus. Now in glycolysis, what is happening? Basically, the glucose molecule. Glucose is what? It's a 6 carbon molecule. So it will undergo partial oxidation. Okay. To form two molecules of what? The pyruvic acid. So here they are saying what? The glucose will give two molecules of pyruvic acid. Now, if you see this here, if you see here, the formula is given as what? C6H12O6. Okay, now the C6H12O6 is what? The glucose molecule. So let's see here, C6H12O6 is reacting with 2NAD plus 2ADP plus 2P. And they are giving what? 2CH3 COO COOH. This is the formula of pyruvic acid. Then 2 ATP molecules are there, 2 NADH, and 2H plus is going to be released from here. So, for the glycolysis process to take place, this is the balanced chemical equation that we have to follow. Okay, so this is an overview that I have given here. Now you can see. Yeah, this is the glycolysis that is taking place. In every step we have to see. So basically first you can see from here the glucose. Glucose molecule is converted into glucose 6-phosphate molecule. Okay, so here an enzyme is present. Just a minute. It's written here also. Glucose and fructose are phosphorylated to give rise to glucose 6-phosphate by the activity of enzyme hexokinase. Here you can also see it's mentioned the phosphate by the activity of enzyme hexokinase. So this phosphorylates form glucose then isomerase. So what we can say from here, glucose in presence of hexokinase is converted into glucose 6 phosphate. Okay, then they are saying what? The glucose 6 phosphate is converted into fructose 6 phosphate by the enzyme isomerase. Okay, it's written in the statement here also, like the phosphorylated form of glucose then isomerizes to produce fructose 6 phosphate. Subsequent steps of metabolism of glucose and fructose are same. So they are saying the steps of metabolism for the glucose and fructose are same here, that is present in the figure. So what you are seeing here, when the glucose is converted into glucose 6 phosphate, ATP molecule are being consumed here. Okay, so one ATP molecule is being consumed when they are converting glucose into glucose 6 phosphate. Then you can see the fructose 6 phosphate when converted into fructose 1,6 bisphosphate. Okay, so here the enzyme work is phosphofructokinase. Phosphofructokinase. This will convert what? The fructose 1,6 bisphosphate, fructose 6 phosphate into fructose 1,6 bisphosphate, and then here the enzyme, the fructose 1,6 bisphosphate is converted into triose phosphate. Okay, so here the glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate is being formed. Now again another compound is also formed here, that is dihydroxyacetone phosphate. So you can see here the subsequent step of metabolism and of glucose and fructose are same, and in glycolysis a chain of 10 reaction is taking place. So what you can see from here, while the conversion of glucose to this triose phosphate, it's a kind of preparatory phase. Preparatory phase. And in this phase, what you are seeing, the ATPs are being consumed. Now, when you move, then you can see here the triose phosphate. Okay, the triose phosphate is formed, that is a glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate, and here what is produced, NAD plus is converted into NADH plus H plus, and then it's converted into triose biphosphate, that is 1,3 bisphosphoglyceric acid. Okay, then yeah, so the fructose 1,6 bisphosphate is split into dihydroxyacetone phosphate and 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde. In the statement also it's mentioned. We find that there is one step where NADH plus H plus is formed from NAD plus. So what we are saying, one molecule of NADH is also releasing. But we will consider it two molecule because what? Because the glucose is a 6 carbon molecule and here it is a 3 carbon molecule is formed. Okay, so two molecules of 3 carbons, so we will consider it 2 NADH will be released. This is when converted to 3-phosphoglyceraldehyde, we find that there one step, that is NADH plus H plus is being released from NAD plus. Now it's saying what? The phosphoglyceraldehyde is converted to 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate, and then what you can see, the 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate is formed here from the glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate. Again from this 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid, it's 3-phosphoglyceric acid is formed where ATP is generated. Then this 3-phosphoglyceric acid is converted to 2-phosphoglycerate, and then this 2-phosphoglycerate converted to 2-phosphoenol pyruvate and then to the pyruvic acid. So what we are seeing here, ultimately first it's converted into first it's like the glucose is formed into 6-phosphate, then isomerization will done, then it's converted into fructose form, then it's broken down into two molecules. Okay, here the triose phosphate and this dihydroxyacetone is given, and glyceraldehyde 3 phosphate where NADH is being released when it is converted into 1,3-bisphosphoglyceric acid, and then it's converted into triose phosphate, 2-phosphoglycerate and phosphoenol pyruvate and pyruvic acid. So ultimately the step from triose phosphate to the last step, okay, the last step, that is being formed here. It's a payoff phase. Why I am saying payoff phase? Because here the ATP molecules are being released. Okay, and it's given here now two redox equivalents are removed in the form of two hydrogen atom. So water molecules are also releasing, ATPs are releasing, and NADH are also releasing. So what we can say from here? Yeah, here we can see, just a minute. In preparatory phase, 2 ATP is utilized. Then in the payoff phase, where the pyruvic acid is formed, here you can see what? 2 NADH is being produced, NADH. Then 4 ATP is being produced and H2O molecule is being produced. But if you see, payoff is giving 4 ATP and in the preparatory 2 ATPs are being utilized. So when we go for a total ATP that is generated here, from total ATP only, if you go, then 4 minus 2 you will do, so 2 ATP. And we know that from NADH, 1 NADH will generate 2.5 ATP. And here 2 NADH is there, so you can do 2 into 2.5. So it will give 5 ATP. So if you add the ATP of NADH and 2 ATP, then it will be overall 7 ATP. And yeah, wait one second. 7 ATP. But if you see the above reaction, what you can say, glucose when undergoing glycolysis will require 2 NAD plus, 2 ADP and 2 phosphate molecule and ultimately generating pyruvic acid 2 molecules, then 2 ATP, 2 NADH and 2 H plus are being released from here. And that's also mentioned here in the yeah, flowchart also. So the conversion of BPGA, that is bisphosphoglycerol glyceric acid, is to 3-phosphoglyceric acid is also an energy yielding process. This energy is trapped by the formation of ATP. Another ATP is synthesized during the conversion of phosphoenol pyruvate to pyruvic acid. So the question can be asked, can you then calculate how many ATP molecules are directly synthesized in the pathway from one glucose molecule? So it will be 2 ATP and 2 NADH will be there. Pyruvic acid is produced because it's the key product for a glycolysis and then it's going to enter into the process of what? Aerobic respiration. Okay. So this is a glycolysis cycle that we have studied here, and another anaerobic respiration lead to the lactic acid fermentation, alcoholic fermentation and aerobic respiration that we will cover in the next video. Thank you so much.